This video takes you through tips to boost your confidence in a selection process. These can help you to feel and perform at your best. Tip 1. Imagine the interviewer's position. Anyone who's been an interviewer will tell you that they genuinely want each candidate to do their best. They aren't looking to catch you out, they want you to do well. They're rooting for you to give a good performance, as that is what they want to see. You may also feel like all the pressure is on you to perform, but your interviewers will also be concerned with how they perform in the interview. They want to do a good job. They want to ensure that you as the candidate have a good assessment process. They want to give you all the information you need, keep to time, and ask you great questions. Interviewers can be nervous, just like you can be. Ultimately, just remember that the assessors are there to support you and help you perform at your best. Tip 2. Reframe any anxiety. So let's talk about nerves, apprehension, and anxiety. These are very natural in relation to a selection process. They show that you care about it and that you're human. Don't try to get rid of nerves. Instead, reframe them. Make friends with the nerves and understand how they can benefit you. Nerves can be motivational. You want to do a good job, and nerves can help give you that boost of energy that helps you to do that bit of extra preparation and get yourself in the best position to demonstrate your evidence. Try reframing any anxiety as excitement in your mind. Yes, really. Anxiety and excitement involve similar pathways in the brain. You feel alert and increased arousal. If you've ever felt anxious, you'll know it's not as simple as telling yourself just to be calm, as your body can be having a very real physical response. Instead, try telling yourself that these feelings in my body mean that I'm excited to go and show the assessors what I can do. This genuinely works and can make you feel so much more positive. You are embracing the anxiety rather than trying to send it away. In terms of apprehensiveness, a lot of us may worry in advance about what the selection process will feel like. We may ruminate and play this over in our minds. But when we do the selection process, it's over in a flash, and more often than otherwise, it feels like a positive experience. What if you need further support in relation to these topics? Remember, there's always support available to you if you need someone to talk to. Through Health Assured, counsellors are available to talk through any problem, no matter how big or small, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Contact details are in the YouTube description box. Tip 3. Plan in advance, then free your mind. Plan as much as you can before your assessment day, so that all you have to do on the day is turn up, or log in if you're on Zoom, and do your selection process. Plan your route to the assessment room. Make sure you know where it is. Decide what you are going to wear and get these clothes ready. Write down any questions that you want to ask the panel at the end of the interview. If you're doing an online selection process, familiarise yourself with Zoom and its functionalities. Do all of these things in advance and it will be less to think about on the day. Tip 4. Have belief in your ability to answer the interview questions. The How to Shine video helps you with preparing example scenarios for the interview questions. This can boost your confidence and help you feel that you have multiple options in response to the interview questions. What if your mind goes blank or you can't think of a response on the spot? Don't worry, the panel won't mind and are happy for you to take a couple of minutes to think of an answer. Some of us are just more reflective and need a few moments to think about what we want to say. It's very common. Don't feel they are expecting you to jump in immediately with a response. If you really can't think of an answer, again, don't worry. Ask the interviewer if you can come back to the question at the end of the interview. It's amazing how often this works to free up your thinking. If you don't understand the question, ask the interviewer to repeat or rephrase it. It's the panel's role to help you understand what is being asked. And how about if you start giving a response, then think you could talk about a much better scenario? Just ask if you can switch to another example. Tip 5. Don't fixate on how you come across. I often hear candidates concerned about how they'll look to panel members. Usually, this is that they don't want to look like they are showing off, and they don't want to look like they are anxious. These are two things that you should free from your mind. Firstly, the panel wants you to show off. This is not the time for modesty. You are literally there to demonstrate your abilities. Show the panel what you can do. Blow your own trumpet. Tell them how effective you are. But what if you know the interviewers? No problem. You'll be assessed in the same way as everyone else, i.e., based on what you demonstrate on the day. Take full credit for what you did. The interview is all about you. Again, don't be modest. Use your best examples, including those that may involve people on the panel. In terms of concerns about coming across as anxious, this always feels so much more in our own heads. So many times people tell me, I was going red, my voice was shaking, I looked so unconfident. And I think, really? You were unconfident? You couldn't tell. Even if you do look visibly nervous, so what? It's a natural human response. You're not being assessed on how you look, you're being assessed on the content of what you say. Tip 6. Let the panel deal with any issues. It's rare that there are any issues in a selection process, but what if a fire alarm goes off, or your internet connection cuts out on a Zoom call, or the interview before yours is running behind time? Let the panel members deal with any issues and tell you what to do. When it comes to Wi-Fi and technology, check in advance what the contingency plan is if you lose connection. Tip 7. Last but not least, do the little things that help you to feel good. Spend the time before your assessment doing what makes you feel good. Is there a song that you can listen to that makes you feel positive and strong? Lots of candidates find that this helps them to feel empowered and confident right before they go into their interview. What about exercise or meditation? Do these make you feel good? Can you fit them in on the day of your assessment or the evening before? Where possible, clear distractions in the time before your assessment. Try to avoid getting caught up in emails. Most things can wait until after your assessment. Would you find it helpful to take yourself into a quiet room and just read through your note? And make sure that you stay well watered and well fed. It's easy to forget about these things, but you need to stay hydrated and have good energy. I hope you found these tips helpful. Go out there and show what you can do.